What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. You know, I said before, if the Clippers want to win a championship, there's one thing they can't let happen. Or should I say, let's talk about one thing that they can't let happen. And the biggest thing I see that they just can't let happen if they want to win this championship, they've got to go into this season and not take it for granted. And I know that sounds cliche, but a lot of this happens at times, because when a team is projected to win, a team has all this talent, all these pieces, all these great, talented players like Kawhi, PG, and a good head coach like Ty Lue, and all this possible chemistry that they can build and turn into a championship type roster. The one thing that can go wrong is that they take the season lightly. And going into this season, I think the Clippers won't take it lightly. I think the Clippers will be exactly the team they need to be to win it all and to be a factor in regards to winning a championship and making it to the finals and succeeding. They definitely have the opportunity. I think they got all the right intangibles and pieces in place to do it. But at the same time, or maybe I shouldn't use the word intangibles in that, but they got all the right pieces to win it, and they got everything they need to win it. They just got to fix some of the little things, the intangibles, to get them over the hump. Now, we're not going to get into that specifically today, what they need to fix, but as I said before, taking the season for granted is one thing I've seen a lot of teams do non-verbally. And there's been teams going into the season where, they got the right pieces, the right, looks like they got the best team on paper, looks like they got all their ducks in a row, everything is lined up perfectly how they want it, but then all of a sudden they fall on their face because they run into a buzzsaw of a team that's not scared of them, and they take lightly, and they find themselves not winning. And the Clippers were a victim of that. I would say probably in the bubble, with the Denver Nuggets. So I just in reference to Clippers, my advice to them is don't go into this season, or don't take any team lightly going into the playoffs, going into this season. Don't take this season lightly. Take it for what it's worth, and you ball out every single night that you can, and stay healthy as much as you can so you can put your best foot forward, and you can find a way to win. You see what I'm saying? And, it's very easy to get sidetracked, very easily to do so, especially when, the Clippers got all this, like I said, all these pieces that they have, at their disposal. Ty Lue is probably sitting there thinking in his mind, like, wow, who gave me all these toys to work with, knowing how great of a coach I can be and what I can do with all this talent. You see what I'm saying? And that's a very, good thought if that's what Ty Lue's thinking, because, it's like a blessing to have all that talent on one team, and you put it all together and take this team to the finish line and they win it all. That would be, epic for the Clippers, all the way around. So my thing is, I just don't want them to go into this season, with their heads too high. You know what I'm saying? They need to go into this season almost the way Kawhi Leonard goes into it, the way he plays. Even keeled, don't show too much emotion, don't get too high, too low. Enjoy the moment, respect the moment, be a part of it, and make history. That's the only thing the Clippers need to think about going into this season, along with, the intangibles and little things of building chemistry and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, the Clippers definitely have an opportunity to right a lot of their wrongs throughout the years. So I hope the Clippers actually, find a way to accomplish it. It's always good to see an underdog, come out on top at times, because, like I said, everybody deserves a chance to win, and not everybody's awarded that opportunity. But now I think this will be the year the Clippers can award themselves the best opportunity to win the championship, other than any other season they've ever had, no matter who was on the roster, because this team is very well put together and very well thought out. And Jerry West, honestly, has done his job up to this point. I got to give Jerry West credit, even though he doesn't deserve much credit because he's been doing this for a long time. I mean, with the Lakers, they had immense talent on the Lakers for years because of Jerry West being a recruiter for them. And then, with Jerry West being on the Clippers side, he brought in Kawhi, PG, all these other pieces, and some good reinforcements, some good young talent, drafting in Brandon Boston, Amir Coffey. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the pieces that the Clippers have from young to older, from youth to elder. You see what I'm saying? Or older. I mean, they have a very good team, and this is what I'm saying. I don't like when teams play lackadaisical and feel like they could turn the switch on and off. And I feel like the Clippers kind of did that, that first season they were together, or when they imploded in the bubble before the pandemic happened and everything. I feel like they were kind of, taking their foot off the gas some in the season and stuff like that. And maybe even the other season as well, when they dropped the spot to take and get Dallas in the first round instead of playing somebody else in the first round. I don't like when teams take their foot off the gas like that, and that's what I'm saying. The Clippers have a tendency of taking their foot off the gas in certain situations, and this time I don't think they need to do that. I think they need to keep their foot on the gas and go as fast as they can, and ride that wave of success if they get it. Now, of course, a whole lot is pending on health and all that stuff. Don't get me started on that, because I mean, that's a whole nother chapter, a whole nother story in its own. But, of course, pending or hoping that the Clippers stay healthy, they can do a lot of great things. And, Kawhi definitely has to stay healthy. He definitely has to update his resume. He definitely wants to update his resume. But more so than that, Kawhi definitely wants to update his resume in regards to the win column, in regards to championships. So with that being the case, I definitely, hope that Kawhi stays healthy, because he's definitely the main piece, the integral part of this team. And, if he's on the floor, I like their chances of winning anyway, because I just don't believe too many teams or too many people can eliminate Kawhi Leonard in a 7-game series if he has if he has players on his team playing their role the way they're supposed to, because he's going to do his role to the best of his ability. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the Clippers don't want another reenactment of like the bubble or something like that. You see what I'm saying? The Clippers definitely want to put their foot on the gas and take off this season if they can, and don't look back. If you have an opportunity to get the number 1 seed, then go for it. I don't want Ty Lue, looking at it, oh, we're going to rest players for this, that, and it comes back to bite you. You see what I'm saying? I can understand resting players at the end of the season, stuff like that. If you need to rest a little bit during the season, that's fine, because I understand Kawhi is coming off a major injury. We all know that. We all know that he needs to, take it easy and, work his way back in. So does the rest of the guys and everything like that. We get all that. But at the same time, you have to put your foot on the gas. You got to be aggressive. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you want to win that championship, you got to be aggressive. You can't be lackadaisical. And you got to be aggressive-minded when you're on the floor. And the Clippers got to make less mistakes on the floor and be more mindful of what's at stake and what's in front of them. They have the opportunity to be the best team in the league. They got the opportunity to have the best record in the league. But they also got an opportunity to win a championship on top of all that. And if that's the case, you got to have an aggressive mindset. You can't be a diva about the season. You can't, take your foot off the gas. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? All gas, no brakes. That's the mentality the Clippers need to have. You start out fast. First 10 games. Even if they didn't have Kawhi in the first 10 games, I expect the Clippers to win at least 7 out of 10. Even if Kawhi don't play the first 10 games, he comes back 10 games in the season or something like that. Whatever the case may be, I expect them to win 7 out of 10. Of the first 10 games at least, because they have a good enough team to do that with or without Kawhi until he returns, until he gets into the starting lineup, and until he gives them that ultimate, 1-2 punch with him and PG, where both of them is going to look unstoppable, I believe, for the most part. They're going to have to get production out of everybody, though, if they really want to take this to the next level and win it all and be the team that's the last team that's standing. And they can do it. They really can. They just got to, as I said, go into the season with aggressive mind state, keep their head down, and don't get too high, don't get too low. And, take each game for what it's worth. If you win some, you lose some, oh well, it doesn't matter. Take each game for what it's worth, win as much as you can, be the best team you could be in the regular season, and let that momentum carry you over into the postseason and, see what happens for you or see what your outcome is in regards to possibly winning the championship. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.